Hey.
Welcome back, Happy Life Results Book Group. We're on number 6 in the section Fun Idea Prompts. All right. And we're also in Hero Concept number 1, the lens. Filling out your response to questions like, what's the worst that could happen, the best that could happen, and the most likely outcome assists you to review how close or real a threat is. If you've never used this approach, give it a try. Take note of your thoughts and feelings before and after to see how the exercise affects you.
Number 7. What could you be currently viewing through a zoom lens without realizing it? In other words, you think it's close, but you're actually looking at it through a zoom lens. It's not going to affect you, right? Did I get that right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Viewing things as threats pushes you to instinctive reactions. Fewer threats in your life would mean greater conscious control of what you do and how you live. What are your perceived threats that aren't really threats at all?
And number 8, look at the top 3 causes of stress in your life and the top 3 changes you would like to make. What is it about the way you view these that allows them to persist?
Ooh, that's deep. I like that one.
Yeah, the top 3 stressors in your life
And the top, go ahead, keep going.
they don't inherently stress you. It's not, the thing doesn't inherently cause stress. It feels like it does. It feels like that is a stressful thing. That stresses me out.
If consistently, whenever that thing's there and you feel stressed, it's easy to blame it.
Yeah.
Say, yeah.
And most people would. If they see that pattern, they feel stressed, that thing is there. It
Must be
must be causing it. So look at the stressor and see that it could not be the stressor, number 1, and it's your
It could be the way you view it.
Yeah, your view of it.
Is viewing it as it's right there in my face and it's gonna hurt.
Yeah, and it's hurting me right now just thinking about it. Yeah, and then.
So what is it about? Like maybe that's how you view it. Maybe it's different. But if it's stressing you, what is it? How are you viewing it that could be enabling it to persist?
Yes.
And then what was the other one?
And then what is it about the way that you view these that allow them to persist?
The other one.
Oh, the other one. The top 3 changes you would like to make. Yeah, what are the top 3 changes?
What is it about the way you view those changes you want that's keeping them from happening?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It's keeping the persist is that you haven't made the change yet.
Right. Yeah, if it's still there,
yeah,
why?
You still haven't made the change. Every year you're setting this goal and it's not happening. How is it you're viewing it that's allowing that to stay that way?
Yeah, so those are different.
Yep, 2 different sides.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so then going back to worst case, best case, and most likely, we do this all the time. Like we take something and say, what is the very best thing that could happen if I accomplish this goal? Mm-hmm. What is the very worst thing that could happen? And what is the most likely? And it's so helpful in so many ways, because what we do is when we get it really clear on this is the best, this is the worst, and this is the most likely, we realize that the most likely is the most likely, number 1. So the worst is not very likely. It feels like the worst will happen. That's one thing that this exercise has done for me.
It's interesting too, though, because sometimes if the worst is really, serious, sometimes even a small chance of the really bad thing happening can be enough to reconsider your actions, depending on how serious.
Yeah, well, look at it.
Yeah, but if you're looking at it instead of just reacting without really considering.
And sometimes we just think that the worst case is really terrible, but when we inspect it, we're like, oh my gosh, if that were to happen, it wouldn't be that bad.
I remember when you pointed out that the worst thing that happens is it's not the car crashing. The worst thing that happens is how we let it affect us. Mm-hmm. It's the personal effect of it. Mm-hmm. That really, that's where, because like if there's a tiger on 2 hills away, that's not a bad thing. It's how I feel about the tiger. Obviously there are other things that could be bad.
Yeah, and to realize that feeling that the weight of the stress and the frustration, the stress of it is making us less effective, not more effective.
Mm-hmm. So if the tiger comes at me, if I panic and freeze with the tiger, that's probably not the most effective way to respond to it, to stress. Mm-mm. It worked really well when I was a baby, though.
Yeah, so you have those patterns. Just don't inspect them. Just keep using them, and think that
it's gonna just
it's
keep
not
working.
you.
It's the tiger's fault.
Yeah.
I am doing the exact same thing I've always done. It's the tiger that's making it not work.
Yeah. But the way that you view it, that's the powerful thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it might be a little confusing, but it when you kind of have practical application with it, you'll see that you're more capable when you're less stressed, more capable to avoid threats.
Yep.
And then you don't view the threat as threatening, so then it doesn't have that power over you to make you feel bad in the moment before it's even happened.
Yeah, have you ever done this? Like, you've done a practice, let me just do a one practice run of something before the test. And you do the practice run just perfectly because it was just a practice run.
Yes.
And then it's test time. And if you're one that gets test anxiety, you know what that does to your performance.
Yes.
It ruins it.
Ruins.
So it's the same thing in life. It's the same idea, right?
Yep.
Okay.
That's what we're trying to say. Yes, very good example. All right, well, we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Okay.
Take care.
Take care.